Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple weeks since the last upload, but today I have what is in my opinion the easiest way to solo the Fallen mode. Now for this method you will need the Trapper, Military Base, Ranger, as well as 2 DPS towers of your choosing. I went on and chose the Pursuit and Minigunner as I find them the easiest to use. But with that said, let's get into it. Now you'll want to be on the wrecked battlefield map in order for this to work. Now once you get in, you're going to want to make sure you have auto skip turned off. And you'll want to go on and place down a level 0 trapper in this location like so. Now that you have the trapper placed, you'll want to place down 3 level 3 military bases and make sure you level each of them up one by one. And while the placement of these military bases doesn't really matter, I typically like to have it at the bottom where you can easily access them. Alrighty, so now that you got those 3 level 3 military bases placed, you want to level each one of those up to level 4. Now this will take a couple of waves, so I'm going to go on and speed up the video as to not have you guys being all bored. With that done, you're going to want to place down another 2 level 4 military bases, and again you're going to want to level them up each one by one. Alrighty, now with that out of the way, we're going to want to place down 7 rangers on these 2 islands. I'd recommend keeping them set on targeting the first creature, as you'll need them to target the flying enemies that'll spawn in. Now that that's done, we're going to want to place down 4 level 4 trappers and set all of them to strongest and using landmines. And be sure to place the trappers down like so. After placing the 4 level 4 trappers, you'll want to place down an additional 3 trappers. However, you're going to want to have these ones use bear traps instead of the landmines. And this is the placing for the trappers. With that out of the way, you're going to want to level each of the military bases up to level 5. I should note that you'll start to see jesters and fallen giants, so feel free to use the airstrikes on them in order to get by the waves faster. Now that we have our military bases maxed, we're going to want to start leveling up the rangers to level 4. And be sure when you're doing this, you're leveling each of them up one by one. Now after maxing out your rangers, you want to start placing down your DPS towers. And, because I chose the Pursuit as one of my DPSs, I can move it around the map whenever I need to. Now if you do use the Pursuit as your DPS, I highly recommend using the Tri-Barrel upgrade, as it'll do the most DPS on single targets. And once again, we're going to want to max out each of the DPS towers one by one. And there we go. Now that we have all 5 of those placed and maxed out, we're going to want to start to place and max out our minigunners. And for all the DPS towers so you can't easily move like the minigunner, you'll want them to be in this area. Now once you make it to the final boss, you're going to want to make sure your DPSs are in range at all times. This is why I like the Pursuit, however the Elf Camp works just as well. Be sure you're using your airstrikes whenever they're available to maximize your DPS. Another reason why I love this method is you can substitute any of your DPS towers for another in order to get your challenges done. Be sure you sell and replace any of the trappers that get out of range in order to maximize damage on the boss, because while it's not as big of a deal if you're using Pursuit or Elf Camp, you'll have to be doing this if you're not. And there we have it, a successful solo Fallen mode without using any special towers. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Blair, who is the original creator of this strategy, and I'll go on and pin the document he made in the comments below. Now if this video was at all helpful, then please like, subscribe, and maybe even share it with a friend. But with that said, I hope you all have a wonderful day and take care.